Hello friends and welcome to another tutorial on Geeks for Geeks. In this video, we are going to understand the program which finds maximum left node in a binary tree. First, let us take an example. For example, in the first tree, 6 will be the maximum left node and in the second tree, 8 will be the output. The idea is to traverse the tree with in-order traversal and apply the condition for the left node only and get maximum of left node. Now let us see the algorithm. Let us also have a sample tree to test our algorithm. We pass the root node, which is 1, to max of left element function. So root will point to 1. We take a res variable which will store the result and initialize it to int min. Since root is not null, we check if root's left is not null. As it is true, we set res to root's left's value, so res will be equal to 2. Then we return maximum of 3 values. First, recursive max in left subtree, value in left node and recursive max in right subtree. So first we pass the left child of 1, which is 2, using a call stack. Again we initialize res to int min. Since root is not null and root's left is null, we omit the second if statement and go to the return part and pass the left child of 2, which is null. Since root is null, we return res. Next, we pass the right child of 2, which is 4, so root will now point to 4. Again, as root is not null, but root's left is null, we pass the left child of 4, which is null. As root is null, we return res to the previous call. Next, we pass the right child of 4, which is also null. As root is null, we return res to the previous call. Now we return max of 3 res and as all 3 are int min, so we return res. Again, we return max of 3 res and as all 3 are int min, so we return res. Next, we pass the right child of 1, which is 3, so root will point to 3. Since root is not null, we check if root's left is not null. As it is true, we set res to root's left's data, so res will be equal to 5. Now we pass the left child of 3, which is 5. Again, as root is not null, but root's left is null, we go to the return part and call for the left child of 5, which is null. As root is null, we return res to the previous call. Next, we pass the right child of 5, which is also null. So root will again point to null. As root is null, we return res, which is int min to the previous call. We finish execution for left subtree of node 5 and return max of 3 res. Since all res are int min, we return int min to the previous call. Next, we pass the right child of 3, which is also null. As root is null, we return res to the previous call. Next, we return max of int min res, which is 5 and int min, so we return 5. Finally, we return max of int min res, which is 2 and 5, so we return 5 and that is the final output. With this, we finish execution for this program. For any doubts or suggestions, please leave them in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.